My name is Callum, and for most of my adult life, I genuinely believed I knew what being a husband meant. I thought marriage was made of the small, steady habits, dinners at the same table, quiet late-night talks, and the certainty that the person you chose was rowing beside you, not away from you. My wife, Marina, used to tell me she loved how safe life felt with me. Back then, I thought that was praise. Later, I realized it was a warning I never recognized. That Thursday night began like most others. Work had drained me, the kind of day that leaves you leaning forward on the couch because even your spine feels tired. I reheated leftovers, sat down, and took my first bite when my phone buzzed. I expected one of the usual reminders. Don't forget the back door. Can you fold the laundry? Instead, I saw this. I'm at a girls' night. Don't wait up tonight. No emoji, no softness, just a cold, clipped announcement, like she was updating a co-worker, not her husband. I tried to shrug it off. She had been distant for months, dressing up more, leaving earlier, coming home later. I kept excusing everything. She's stressed. She needs space. I'm imagining things. Good men convince themselves to believe the best, right up until the truth arrives and cuts them open. Something inside me snapped quietly that night. Not anger, just a thin thread of denial finally breaking. I stared at her message, and without planning, without thinking, I replied, I hope you and he are having fun. I expected silence. Maybe a dismissive text. Maybe an argument when she returned. What I did not expect was the sound of hurried footsteps on the porch less than 10 minutes later. When I opened the door, Marina stood there out of breath, her makeup flawless, her hair perfectly styled, and her dress far too elegant for a simple girl's night. She looked like someone who'd been caught mid-act, someone who ran home because a truth she thought she'd buried suddenly rose to the surface. Callum, she stammered, her voice trembling. Why would you say that? What did you mean? I leaned on the doorframe, face calm and unreadable. You tell me. Her eyes widened. Her hands shook. If guilt had a shape, it was a woman standing 3 feet in front of me wearing red lipstick I hadn't seen in months. I swear it's just the girls, she rushed out. We went to a wine bar. I can call them. All of them. I can FaceTime right now. Go ahead, I said. Her breath caught. She didn't move. Everything I'd been denying for months suddenly arranged itself clearly. The late nights, the phone glued to her hand, the emotional distance, the startled look she gave when I entered a room unexpectedly. I'd spent so long trusting her that I forgot trust can turn you blind. She followed me inside like a student waiting for a test result. Callum, please, she whispered. You're scaring me. Funny, I replied. I thought I was the one who should be scared. Her eyes filled instantly. Marina wasn't a crying type. She handled conflict like a lawyer, always with composure, always with a plan. But this wasn't a situation she could rehearse her way out of. Are you accusing me of something? She whispered. I didn't accuse you, I said. I asked a question. Your reaction answered it. She sank onto the couch, face in her hands. Not grieving, calculating. I knew her well enough to see the difference. I swear, she repeated, voice shaking. There's nobody else. Then why? I asked softly. Did you get home in 10 minutes? She froze. That was the truth she couldn't spin. You don't sprint home from a girl's night unless fear outruns you. Callum, just tell me what you think you know, she murmured. I didn't answer. I didn't have to. The only evidence I needed was the panic in her voice. Minutes of silence filled the room like a third presence, heavy and suffocating. She kept glancing at her phone on the coffee table, then looking away quickly, like it was a bomb she hoped I wouldn't touch. How long? I finally asked, Have you been hiding things from me? I'm not hiding anything. Then unlock your phone. She flinched, not dramatically, just a tiny reflex she couldn't suppress. That's not fair, she whispered. Fair, I echoed. You know what's unfair? Being edged out of my own marriage and told I'm imagining it. She looked away, shame flickering across her face. Who were you with tonight? I asked. For a moment, she almost told the truth. I saw it gather in her eyes like a storm. Then she blinked, and the walls went back up. I told you, she whispered. The girls. And you also told me not to wait up. You've never said that before. We planned to stay late. And yet, you were home in 10 minutes. She winced. Your message scared me. Right, I murmured, because you interpreted it a certain way. She opened her mouth, closed it again. A trapped look crept across her face, like she suddenly realized she'd run out of exits. I sat across from her, not beside her. I don't want excuses, I said softly. I want the truth. Something inside her cracked. Not guilt, surrender. You've been distant too, she whispered. You've been tired, stressed, distracted. I thought maybe you weren't happy with me anymore. A diversion. But the tremble in her voice wasn't fake. She wasn't manipulating, not this time. She was unraveling. So you turned to someone else? I asked. She flinched again. That was all the confession I needed. Who is he? I asked quietly. She closed her eyes. It's not serious. I laughed under my breath. That supposed to help? No, I just didn't want to lie anymore. And yet you're still lying, I replied. Even now. Her expression shattered. Not because she was exposed, but because she realized she wasn't getting the version of me who begged or yelled or chased. She was getting the version who walks away quietly. Callum, she whispered, I don't want to lose you. You already did, I said gently. You just didn't notice when it happened. The room felt colder after that. Or maybe it was me finally seeing things clearly. I don't hate you, I added, but I'm done being the backup plan in a life I gave everything to. She shook her head, tears falling now. Please don't leave. We can fix this. I'll end it. I'll do anything. Marina, I said softly, you ran home because you thought I knew. If that doesn't tell you everything about where we are, nothing will. This time, when she hit her face, it wasn't calculation. It was collapse. I stood, a strange calm settling over me. Not triumph, not anger, just truth. Where are you going? She cried. To sleep? I said. Alone. And for the first time in months, maybe years, the pressure on my chest finally lifted.